Greetings, ladies and gentlemen around the world, and those watching at home being safe from the itis. Realm of Champions is live. Coming to you from a mobile device here in the Mandalay Bay Arena in not beautiful Las Vegas. So, as you may or may not know, Marvel's Realm of Champions is now live. And it is being produced by Capt. It is available on the iPhone App Store and Google Play. It was slated to come out on the 16th of the week. However, it actually went live a little bit earlier and came out on the 15th. Some people in countries outside of the US said it wasn't there yet, but for the most of us, it actually went live a little bit ahead of time. With it going live, we've seen some changes and some goodies come out with it. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at what's going on with Realm of Champions. So I'm logging in for the first time today, and I will be dealing with my crystals. Ooh, that was a synergy. That's super handy. And we got a big fatty crystal here, straight out of Contest of Champions, as you can see by the aesthetic, because they are both made by Kabam. And you can see some new gear over there, and we have login calendars now. So we have a 31 days of December, and we have 28 days of holiday. We've got some crates coming up on the first one. We've got some bigger crystals coming up down there. So, alright, let's take a look at what's going on. First, if you go over to email, a rebellious witch is investigating the Ancient One. Alliances are being formed and broken. Intel is exchanged, and a new champion is unleashed on the battle world. Wondering what's happening this month? Blah, blah, blah. New champion. Super Soldier. That is right. A Captain America-esque character has now hit the game. If you had been playing the beta, you will have noticed that his face had been available in the character selection for a while, but you couldn't do anything with it. Now that it's live, you can buy a package that will give it to you. And that is one that I went ahead and grabbed. You can also now start getting gear for him. So that is pretty cool. You also should be getting your rewards if you pre-registered for the device. It should be a Bestial Hammer, a Hulk Recruit Crate, a bunch of ISO 9, and 500 gold. Also here, enlist the Super Soldier from December 16th to January 11th. Use your Super Soldier to earn battle rating and reach new tiers. Additional bundles will become available to diversify your gear. There is a bundle that I noticed the other day that is quite interesting. Let's see if it's listed. Yes, there it is. For about $15, you can make your Super Soldier character kind of look like Bucky the Winter Soldier. Now, the thing about it is it's not like World of Warcraft where there's like a transmog system in here. The moment you stop having that gear equipped, your look will in fact change. So at least as of right now, I'm not really too sure what is the benefit of using things that aren't your top gear. So, let's take a look at what's going on over here. If you go to Champions, you will see the roster, at least for me, is now full. There is my Super Soldier that I have been kitting out. He's level 5. He's now on the green tier. And he's considered a tank, so that means we have two tanks. We have Hulk and we have the Super Soldier. His basic attack is Patriot Punch. Super Soldier punches an adjacent enemy to deal crushing damage with Serum Enhanced Fists. He has a combat roll as a dodge, and he has a shield block for his heavy attack, and this is a little bit different. You hold the button in, and it'll put up a shield to block incoming attacks from that direction, granting armor up and unstoppable from the direction he's blocking in. When the blocking ends, he swipes his shield in front to deal crushing damage. I have found that this thing actually rotates a little bit to follow attacks. I don't know if that's intended, but it was a little bit easier to do the blocking than I thought. Special ability 1, Freedom Strike. He leaps forward to strike an enemy, dealing crushing damage. Ability 2, throws his shield towards an enemy. You kind of expected that. His shield deals crushing damage and inflicts stun on the hit before bouncing to nearby enemies, dealing crushing damage to each enemy hit. And then he has an ultimate where he unleashes more powerful attacks and inspires his allies to grant them a movement and speed buff and attack power buff. So you want to be around your friends when you do that one. He combos very, very well with people that have their own crowd control, especially with the shield stun. The reason why that works out so well is that if you stun somebody who's trying to escape from, say, Storm's ice and everything, you've got somebody locked in and then they get frozen. He combos really well with Storm and Spider-Man, in my opinion. It's just really good setup. If you were to stun somebody right as, say, Hulk was about ready to go into a whirlwind, that's also pretty handy. He's just a pretty solid character. And I've already had 2 good matches with him, one of which I MVP'd on, and that's a little bit harder when you're a tank to MVP on that. I mean, Hulk is not like a full-on tank. He's a bit of a bruiser. But doing it with Captain America turned out pretty good. Now, here's a couple synergy pieces with him. First in, last out. It's the Under Pressure set. On dash N, gain 37 armor for 3 seconds. This armor bonus is doubled if surrounded, which that kind of seems to speak for itself, but unfortunately I can't wear it right now. The dailies have changed a little bit. It used to be you needed to scrap 5 things to achieve the daily. Now you scrap 1 thing and you have achieved a scrap daily. I kind of liked the 5 a little bit more because it meant doing inventory maintenance on your characters. Sort of meant a little bit more as you're going through and you're clearing space. You felt like you were doing something by clearing 5, and I actually kind of liked clearing 5 for the daily. It looks like my Spider-Man's got a huge upgrade over here with the improved recipe synergy. Web Snipe Wonder Set, 15 projectile attack power. That's pretty cool. So he's 20. You'll notice down here in the lower right where the backpack icon is, I'm 23 out of 25. That means I want to scrap a little bit to give myself room so that it doesn't go in the backpack inventory. Anytime you see a up arrow on the side, it means that you have an upgrade available. If you see the red dot, it means you have something that is new in that particular slot. And if you see another icon on the left, that would be whatever is generating your synergy. So you can see here I have 1 out of 2 for synergy. I have actually finally gotten to a point where I have completed a couple synergies. My Black Panther for a little while had a 2 set. Now she is working on a 3 set. I'm actually going to shard something over here. I like to stay at about 20 out of 25. But if I go to my Sorcerer Supreme, there it is. Extra oomph, and while they're down, part of the cutting calculation set. I have special power, and I have special power versus debuffed foes. Again, like pretty good with somebody like Storm or Captain America, any, Shuri doing the bleeds and everything. That's a pretty cool bonus over there. And now it actually looks like I have another synergy piece waiting for me when I get to level 8. Just kind of going through some of my gear here, knocking some of this down off of the 25 that it was at. So far, I feel this game has gotten... it's gotten a pretty good spot in my rotation for the day. It's very, very fast to do matches in this, and that is actually one of your dailies. If you go to claim rewards, you'll see that your daily is to scrap gear, upgrade gear, win once, and then win 3 times, play 6 games, open 2 free crystals. So it's looking for you to get in there and do at least 2 sessions in a day. You maybe don't even have to play the second session, at least log in and get the crystal. And now you can see Reconquest, Stronghold, and Deathmatch, which is interesting because Deathmatch used to only be available if you got to a certain tier on that character. And it didn't mean get one of your characters or like get your account to a tier. You needed to have that specific character up to the green tier in order to do Deathmatch. Now it seems like it's just available, so it looks like we have a Storm, which is good, but they have a Sorcerer Supreme. So that means they have a little bit of healing, whereas we have really an excellent amount of crowd control. So, I'll be able to show you what Captain America or the super soldier looks like here. See, I did the block, but I didn't dash because I was too far from things. There was the Captain stun. I'm going to roll out. Punish that guy for following me. Stun him in the storm ice. And now we're on the offensive for the enemy Bodok. Sort of at a little bit of an awkward angle for my attack button because the button for doing the recording on the tablet is there. I'm trying not to hit it. So here's the ultimate. My teammate wasn't near me, but I wanted to make sure we cleaned up the enemy team. Typically, I would want to be around people, sort of like Sorcerer Supreme, to do the buff. See, there's a good combo there. I stunned him, and he cooked in the Storm ability over there and got frozen. He's just really good setup. And that was an unfortunate waxing of the enemy team. I will say this, the game still occasionally has issues with very lopsided victories. It's not. I feel it's not quite as bad as a lot of people tell me it is. I've got a lot of people who've played the game during the beta and say they pretty much always deal with lopsided matches and are always on the losing end of it. To me, I haven't felt it to be that bad. I do feel like completely fair middle ground matches back and forth. Oops. Didn't hit the right thing there. Are a little bit lacking. I would want more of them to be a push-pull kind of a situation. They get your core to 70, you get theirs to 72, back and forth, 70, 40, 30, 10. It goes that way more frequently now that it's live as compared to the beta, because now you have a bigger audience. I think the matchmaking is getting a little bit better. It's still kind of jank. And I did actually have some issues last night where the first game, I think I was on a very poor losing team. And then the next 2 games, I was on a big winning team. Maybe one out of the ones that I played last night was very back and forth. It was actually a come behind victory for my team where we started off losing and we just played better and wound up winning. What we didn't see in that match, unfortunately, is when the health globes show up. The only problem I've discovered with the health globes is that they always seem to be ridiculously poorly timed. You could get the globes to stay in the match and heal yourself right around the time that being in the center, a kind of king of the hill thing is going on, and you really don't know what to do. Should you be in the center, getting the cap, stopping the enemies from capping, or do you risk going outside to get the health to stay in there, and maybe your teammates are on the way? Not an easy decision. It's very, very rare that I have been able to go out and get a heal globe and not feel like, wait a minute, I need to be in the center. So we have crates. This time out of mind is here for about 24 more days. It's a little bit of a odd crate, but there's the Captain America ones with the soldier, Hulk, the Iron Man one, Storm, Sorcerer Supreme, Spider, and Black Panther ones over there. So they have your typical crates for all the characters. This time out of mind one says guarantees 2x exclusive Scarlet Witch or Retro Gear items at the receiving champion's current tier. Only available in this crate. Super Soldier Retro Gear is not available. I sort of not too sure if that means there's going to be a little bit of a different skin for the Sorcerer Supreme. Because there is no Scarlet Witch coming to the game. If you go to Marvel.com, which I can't really do here on the tablet with the game up, but I'm going to bring it up on my PC and tell you guys about it. If you go over to Marvel.com, they have an article up for Realm of Champions going live. And they talk about what will happen for the progress of this particular game. So we are going to get new characters in the game and everything. I was just reading it, and doing it here on the web is a little bit... They have trailers and everything. I'm trying to find the text that I was reading via my Google Cards on the downstairs tablet, but it just seems to be all videos now on Marvel.com. What they've said is that there's going to be additional characters coming. So Apocalypse is going to represent mutants. We're going to get a Thor. We are going to get a few others that have really just been revealed, like Wolverine, Deadpool for the Deadpool Pirates. There's going to be Vision, kind of representing an Ultron hive mind and everything. It's going to be... I think this will be a fun game to continue playing, especially with the fact that these matches are so fast that you can definitely get in. I mean, you saw how fast that match was over there. It was a little bit one-sided, but it's just kind of a fun game to play. Now, you can absolutely consider it boring. I totally understand that. It is a little light on the game modes, but if you like the combat, then I think that's going to make a big deal for you. It plays a little bit like what Battle.Right seems to play like when it was on Steam and everything, and the kind of different iterations that Battle.Right went through over its time of being around, which it then unfortunately died. It's like a MOBA, but quicker and not nearly as tactical. they mentioned in the article on Marvel.com that there was a story that was involved. And they realized that Contest of Champions wasn't going to be the realm, no pun intended, that they could do it through. They figured out that Contest of Champions was just a little bit too limited to tell that kind of a story. So that's why Realm of Champions is around. They knew they could deal with this kind of stuff, Secret War, House of M. They could deal with these alternate reality timelines and everything through this game rather than some of the others, and that's why we're seeing it. Ooh, some synergy going on over there. I'm not going to shard all of those heads quite yet, as I may switch to some of them for the bonuses and whatnot. Also, I find it a little interesting when you click on the different gear to read the little blurb that's over on the left. So that is, it's talking about the Dead Man's Trigger over there. And then it has a completely different tip for this piece of gear because it's a different piece of gear. Reading the flavor text has actually been kind of a little bit fun, especially when you go, ooh, I know that reference, like that Dead Man's Trigger on that Doctor Strange gear over there. It's a fun game. You can now officially check it out. I suggest you do. Give it a little bit. If you find that you're constantly getting wrecked when you do the competitive gaming, build up a little bit on the not competitive gaming. Go and do Stronghold. Build up a little bit, unlock different characters, play different characters, and see who you actually like. When I finally got the chance to unlock Black Panther, I was extremely happy because he was a playstyle, or she is a playstyle, that I really enjoy. She's a lot of very run in, hit, land a bunch of bleeds, jump out, be a little evasive. Spider-Man had some really good roots and everything like that. You'll find somebody who seems to vibe with your style a little bit. If you just like to wade in there and have strong attacks and just kind of live through a lot, go Hulk. If you want to have some more skill in it, go Iron Man. If you want to play a character that you know is always going to change what happens on the battlefield, go Sorcerer Supreme or go Storm. So, give the game a look. And if you do get some time playing it, let me know in the comments below what you're thinking of the game. And if you've played it in the beta, let me know what you're thinking of it now that it's gone live. We have a new character. We're having a way bigger population playing the game. And so far, other than the Captain America pack, I haven't spent a dime on this game at all. And I feel like I'm making some pretty good currency in here. So it doesn't seem as greedy as Contest of Champions seem to be. So, catch y'all later. If I don't see you before Christmas, have a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas. But I should be putting out a few more videos before the Christmas break. Take care, everybody.